Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole
Rebel soul child got a fist balled, I'm a respawn.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole
Rebel soul child got a fist balled, I'm a respawn.
Yeah, it's all good.
Well, hey, what is going on, people? This is Throwing Hands with ASAP Sports Network. This is what, our third ever live free fight show?
Yeah. Starting to become a thing, man. I'm starting to do this on a regular basis. It's becoming good. You know, we appreciate the love that we're receiving. We're here in Surprise, Arizona at Samurai Soul event, Warrior, the Night of the Warrior 2. It's going to be a great event, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. We got actually a couple familiar faces. Just a couple months ago, actually within the last 4 months, we've seen Jose. You know, he's going to make an appearance tonight. We're expecting. But we got Gerardo Rodriguez that's going to be fighting for a title against Sebastian Aguilar. We last saw him back at Rough.
Yeah. You know, learning a little bit about him over the weekend, he's well-rounded. He's been fighting for a very long time. He's stepped in many different facets of this of these art forms. So, you know, we've just seen him in Rough, the MMA Octagon, and now we're going to see him compete for a title here, Muay Thai title.
Yeah, so it'll be the main event for the super fight title, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
WBC sanctioned, all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be great, man. It's gonna be great.
But let's kick it off. Let's go with the first bout.
Okay.
The first bout, we have Cicely Norris versus Sophie Baxter. This is actually going to be a junior amateur bout. What do you think of that?
I think that's great. You know, we always talk when we converse with these fighters. We always talk about when they started.
Yeah.
And how much, you know, experience plays a factor in this sport. So to see these juniors get in there, you know, being able to put their skills to the set that they've learned and they're working on perfecting to play at that age and be able to take that experience and back to the gym and grow at such a young age, I just think it's dope.
Yeah, I find it very fascinating how with Muay Thai in particular, they really push to start at a young age.
Right.
And what I really like is that because the fundamentals of Muay Thai is the sense of humility of the sport sense. And it's a good way to introduce it to them young, so that way they learn the discipline, they learn how to work hard, the humility, have respect, and all that. And I think it's honestly really good for kids too to be able to learn how to defend themselves and more.
Right. The discipline and respect part, you know, this generation lacks a little bit of that. So, you know, having them being able to have a sensei or coach or someone that they can look up to and go to, not only just in the gym and learning these things, but they can trust them and go to them and other things in life as well. It really is something that, you know, is unmeasurable because of what it can do for that person years and years and years down the road, like the things they pick up or take away. And we never know what happens at home. So it's really good to be able to have that escape.
Exactly.
Especially at that age.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But they're fighting. Cicely Norris is fighting at a Universal Muay Thai, Phoenix, Arizona. And then Sophie Baxter is fighting out of Pure Heart Muay Thai.
Mm-hmm. Out of, is it LK on California?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got a lot of local people versus a lot of Cali people here. That's what I've noticed, actually.
Well, you know, they got to trinkle in here and there.
Get some state wars going now.
Right. Us Arizonians can't be beating up each other all the time.
Exactly. But do you have a prediction at all? Because I am seeing here Cicely, she's 2-1 right now, and then Sophie, she's coming in undefeated as an amateur, 2-0. Who do you think is going to take the edge in this fight?
You know, this is going to be one of those things, man. As you can see, we are so Arizona. I am not going to go against my hometown on this one. I'm sorry, Cali, but my prediction, I'm going to say Cicely's going to go ahead and win. But I think it'll go to the scorecard.
Yeah, I think it's going to go to decision. Yeah.
Definitely.
And then going on to the next fight, we have Hiladona versus Chandel Hyenade. That one's going to be exciting. That's going to be the first. Actually, no, it's going to be a super flyweight non-title fight. Right. Yeah.
Right. So on this one, we like it. Look, we were on our way over here earlier, and we were talking about Chandel, right? I like her last name. I know that's a quirky way to pick a fight, but I'm gonna go ahead and Chandel on this one. But no, I mean either way, you got Hill Adonna coming in. She's this is her debut.
Yeah, their amateur debut, and she trains and fights out of Cyclone as well.
Right, right. And then you got Chandel. This is her second fight.
Yeah.
And she's all out of all night striking, which the word striking in the gym, we should see some damage, you know.
Yeah, and based off what Chandel told me in the weigh-in interview, she says she's gonna love those leg kicks. She's gonna try to take her out in the first round with those leg kicks. So she's saying that trains a lot, working them calves, working the thighs. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a hot first round, and it may, I don't know, I think it may go to the distance.
You think it's gonna go the distance?
Maybe.
I'm gonna tell you something. Those leg kicks, if they land, and that's her, and that's her game plan to keep repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it goes the difference because
Yeah, she
you lift up
referenced
those
just
legs,
Gaethje.
it's hard to walk,
Yeah.
stand, let alone
Especially-
kick.
Yeah, especially if you get in the calves too, they don't swell out. The swelling, it compartmentalizes and it just shuts down your leg. You can't move your foot, you got drop foot going, the pain is unbearable. Like how many times do we see that in MMA?
Right. It's definitely definitely something to keep our eyes on as this develops. You know.
Yeah.
Moving on to bout 3, we got Efren Rochi, and then we got Isaiah
Corzantes? Yeah.
So Isaiah is 1-4. This would be his 6th bout, Muay Thai bout, and then you have Efren who's making his debut from 12th Street MMA and Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
So this should be something a little different. You know, you got a guy that has ring experience.
Yeah, and it looks like he's 1-4 in MMA right now.
Right.
So I remember I talked to him. He said that he wanted to give Muay Thai a shot.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so that's definitely going to be something to kind of watch because you do have the experience. You've been in there 5 times. You know what it's like to be in a fight. You know what it's like to be hit. Obviously, we always talk about when you make that debut, everything's new.
Yeah.
Everything is new. So you don't know how you're going to respond to getting smacked in the face. You don't know how you're going to respond to taking a gut-wrenching body shot. So those things, as they develop, you know, early on in the fight, that's what I'm going to be paying attention to on that. Because, like I said, he's 5 bouts in. This is his debut. So I want to just see those type of things right off the bat.
Yeah. And what's going to be very interesting is that I know Ephraim, he has the height and the reach advantage. And Isaiah, he knows coming into this bout that he's going to have to be able to close the distance, keep him from just picking apart from the outside and close that range and box him in. Right. That was something we actually talked about. So I'm very interested to see if Isaiah is going to be able to exploit that and break in, or if Roshan is going to be able to keep him at bay and then close it like that.
Yeah, so we should see a lot of aggression out of Isaiah is what you're saying.
Yeah, definitely a lot of aggression.
Right. Moving on to bout 4, we got True versus Trinity. So Trinity Williams is fighting at an all-night striking gym as well out of Tempe. This is her 4th Muay Thai bout. And then True,
kind of Similavong or Similavong.
Okay.
Pure respect. We put absolute effort in pronouncing every name.
Yes, we do. And let me go on record.
We are horrible. No, I'm kidding.
But no. So this should be good as well. We got Trinity, who's had 4 Muay Thai bouts. She's 1-3, and she's facing True, who is 3-5 with 8 Muay Thai bouts on the record. So this is going to be another one of those things where does the experience take over?
Yep.
You know, you come into the fight, you're 1-3, or you have lingering things in your mind about what happened last time. You know, so this one it looks like it's a 126 featherweight non-title fight. This one should be good. Yeah,
and I know when I spoke with Trinity, he was saying that with his opponent True, he took this fight on 10 days' notice.
True did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
and
Trinity's mindset is that he's thinking that he's got more to prove than True does, because if True comes in on 10 days' notice and gets that W, he said himself that to him he wouldn't like that at all because it looks bad on him. So now he feels he has a bigger chip on his shoulder to prove it doesn't matter who comes in and out. He's ready for everyone and ready to take on anyone.
Yeah, it definitely changes everything up
Mm-hmm.
when, like you said, you know, you're not the guy doing the 10-day notice. You're the guy that's in the ring accepting the guy that's coming in on that 10-day notice.
Yeah.
So it does switch the spotlight, so to speak, because now it's like, hey, this is your opportunity to kind of show your skill set and really capitalize on an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't let, especially in this sport, man, you can't let too many of those go by.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And then next up, I know we have Stephen Fong versus Francisco Serna. Francisco, he's actually fighting out of Apex MMA, same gym that we have Humberto Duarte. We got Adam Ortiz and a bunch of other phenomenal fighters coming out of.
Yeah, that's a very, very underrated gym, man. That gym has some of the roughest, toughest guys in Arizona out of that gym.
Mm-hmm. Hands down.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've seen Humberto last night at LFA. So, you know, Adam, we've seen him quite a few times. We need to get him back at rough. We were just talking about that, Adam.
Yeah.
But, you know, and that gym they always seem to be the underdogs. And they always shine.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that about that gym. And they all have that same spirit in them, man. That fighting spirit is roaring out of it. So I'm interested in this one for sure. Serna he's a good guy as well. He's 0-2 in his Muay Thai career at the moment.
Yeah.
But I know that he's itching
to get that W.
He's itching to put that W over there. So I'm really interested in this one.
Yeah, me too. Because I got to talk to both of them. And Stephen Fong, he's also a phenomenal guy. He seems to have a well-equipped arsenal. He actually is primarily a wrestler too. He wrestled for about 15 years, he said in the interview. But because of an injury he sustained, he can no longer wrestle, do MMA. And then he just loved the finite limitations of Muay Thai and what you have to work within it. Mm-hmm. So I'm really thinking that this one especially is going to be aggressive, but it's going to be more calculated.
Yeah. That takes me back to one of our guys, Enrique.
Oh, the
Controlled Chaos.
Yep.
Man. And yeah, it really watching being involved in our first Muay Thai event back at Rough 53. The best way I was able to describe it, guys, was just the most peaceful war I've ever been a part of. Like literally the most peaceful war I've ever been a part of. So yeah, Muay Thai just gives you just a certain, it's just something about it, man. It's just different. You see the gloves, kicks are crazy, got flying knees. I mean, if you want striking and you want action.
Yeah. I love the culture of it too, because like remember at the last Muay Thai event we covered, anytime you saw any big shots land, "Bua, bue," over and over again. And I just loved it how even the crowd itself started to join in on that. Every single time there was a nasty knee or a nasty hook, anything that landed, you just hear both at the corners going, "Bue!" It was phenomenal. I loved the whole aura of it because it brings that peaceful war, that zen, but the carnage and the destruction that can follow forth.
I definitely agree, man. It was peaceful war. It was fucking peaceful war. But yeah, this is gonna be a really good fight. I'm really interested in seeing how this turns out, especially with Steven being he's 5'11", and Francisco standing at 5'7". That height difference, and see how that plays a part in this. I'm really interested in this one. Like I said, I know Francisco's itching to put a W in that column, put something in that column. So I'm really interested in this fight. Yeah, definitely. I'm also especially interested for this next one too, between Brahim Bayalba and Daniel Morales. That one, like I've gotten to talk to both of them, both very phenomenal, outstanding individuals. But not only that, their presence tells you that they can fight. You could tell just by looking at them and interacting with them. Yeah, those guys, you come across certain guys like that, where you could just kind of feel the aura, the energy that they have. And those are usually the badasses once they get in there, because they're just so calm, they're carrying themselves in such a different manner. And then they get in there and we'll go back to it. See, Enrique, you gonna have to patent that.
That's gonna be your trademark.
Controlled chaos. That might have to be it. But you get to muster all that energy in. They just do so well with unloading it at the right times in the ring, that control of chaos.
Yeah.
So those guys, I always love watching those.
I know. Yeah, me too. And I loved Raheem's approach to this because, my normal questions, what's your predictions for the fight? Do you have a specific game plan? And I love Daniel's response because he's just like, you know what? I'm here to have fun. I'm going to go for the knockout if it happens, but I'm just here to do whatever it takes. And Raheem is the same way. He didn't even want to make a prediction. He's like, I'm just here to have fun, man. No matter what the outcome is, I want to have fun. I want to learn, and I want to progress as an individual. And that's phenomenal. I must respect both of those guys.
Dangerous mindset to have it at that early on in your career, because it's going to carry on and it's going to set waves down the road. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely a big one. Yeah. So moving on to bout 7.
Yeah.
How you feeling about this one?
With this one, I'm excited about both. So Jesus Jarquin, he's actually a current serving Marine. Both him, Sebastian Aguilar, they're all serving out 29 Palms out in California. So Jesus, very calm, very quiet person. Those are the kind of dangerous ones. Yeah.
Big ups to the DJ over there.
Yeah, but my impression of both these guys, Jesus, he was more quiet, not as talkative, but those are also very dangerous guys. And Manuel, he was very talkative, very casual, you could tell the confidence, and it's just the dynamics of both of them because Jesus is coming in as the smaller guy. So he too is also going to have to really focus on aggression to close the gap, box in that reach and that range, and get the W that way.
5'9" to 6'1".
Yeah.
And it definitely changes the game having to look up at your opponent the entire fight.
Yeah.
So definitely interested in seeing that. I did not know Jesus was an active Marine. That is dope.
Sport of veterans here.
I respect that wholeheartedly. So that's gonna change the game for me. I'm a little interested in a whole different way now.
It really throws a different dynamic because yes, when you look at as a casual person, you look at the size difference. You're like, oh no, the bigger guy's gonna win. But at the same time, Jesus, he went through combat training. He's currently active duty, so he's going through this type of hyper intense training on top of training Muay Thai, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, everything else he does. So that right there is a very dangerous combination.
It's definitely gonna be something to focus on and see how he handles that right off the back. I think the first minute or two of the fight is going to tell a lot as far as where it's going, where it's headed.
Yeah.
So outside of that, bout 8 of this 10 bout card, we got Hugo versus Arshien.
Yeah, Arshiam Kanwa.
All right, out of what was that, Sighton Gym and Pure Heart Muay Thai Gym. So Hugo's fighting out of Pure Heart.
And then we got Arshiam fighting out of Sighton Gym in Mesa. So we got another local boy versus the Cali boy. Yeah. That's a common theme right now because we got a lot of people from California coming in over to fight a lot of people in Arizona.
That Pure Heart, we've seen that a lot. I mean, California, we're like sister states, bro. It's a connection that was made a long time ago. We've just been able to ride with it.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of Californian fighters. We get a lot of New Mexico fighters too out here. So
yeah,
definitely interested. But again,
you gotta show that Arizona sport.
Sorry.
And too, what's actually interesting is that this was also a last-minute change-up. Hugo was actually planning to fight somebody else. However, they ended up having to pull out, and then Arshiam, I think, also came in either like 5 or 10 days notice. And he came in on weight. When I interviewed him, he was ready for war. There was no joking. There was no casualness. He is zoned in.
And again, I respect that. Taking a bout with a guy that's trained and focused on this particular date for the last 60 to 30 days, 30 to 60 days, and you taking in 10 and knowing that, you're a fucking warrior.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think this one as well is also for the 115-pound super flyweight title fight. So whoever wins between Hugo and Arshiam, they're going to win the flyweight title or the super flyweight title. So that's going to be epic.
Yeah.
Especially with such an early development with Samurai Soul Championship, this is a very big step for them.
Right. Yeah, it can propel their career definitely. And that's why RCM wasn't playing. That's why he had no play in his game. He had his eyes set on the title. He's leaving with the gold.
Yeah, and
We
it's
can't let them take the gold to California. It's just, No, but I was good luck to both of those guys, especially taking a title fight at that 10 days notice.
Yeah, absolutely respect. And I know too. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I know too. On the next bout, this is going to be the co-main event. We got D'Angelo Tai versus Tyler.
Diamond.
This is going to be.
Diamond. I like that.
You like that? Yeah, I like that too. I didn't know that was nickname. I would have said it too in the weigh-ins.
Right. So this is a really even bout. This is as far as out of all the bouts physically, this is one of the most even bouts on the card. It's a 155, 142 catch weight actually.
Yeah.
But both of these guys, we got 7-1. D'Angelo is in Muay Thai. Tyler is 10-4 in Muay Thai. D'Angelo's been in the MMA octagon before. He has a 1-0 record there.
Yeah.
So it's always been one of my things. These Muay Thai guys that just do Muay Thai and don't transition or haven't transitioned to the octagon. I wonder if that plays a part a little bit because training for that MMA style.
I feel like
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole
Rebel soul child got a fist ball, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up, I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah, I got next up, right, now we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride,